Hi, everybody. So today, in anticipation of this Wednesday's program, which will be talking about the spaghetti western and its influence on Hollywood, I want to talk a little about a somewhat lesser-known one of the genre, the film The Great Silence from 1968, which is directed by Sergio Corbucci, who had already done one of the iconic films of the genre, Django, a few years earlier. And he's often considered, the number two, maybe behind Leone of the genre of directors. Um, so this film was only recently available to be seen in theaters. It wasn't released theatrically until 2012, and then again in 2018. It was only first shown in the UK in 1990 on the show Movie Drone. So it kind of became a cult classic over the years. Originally wasn't as popular as a lot of the different spaghetti westerns of the genre were. Partly it's because of its, more bleak and dark tones to the film. It is a violent and brutal movie, but that's not too unusual. It's kind of considered a political allegory also. So it's kind of a revisionist spaghetti western, as they say. Also, a different note, it's set in the snowy mountains of Utah, as opposed to the desert landscapes one's accustomed to. So the film stars Jean-Louis Trintignant, the French actor, as a mute gunslinger who vows to help out this gang of outlaws who really are actually the farmers who have been kicked out of the town and driven into debt by a corrupt banker. He also vows to help one of the recent widows of the town too, who are all being hunted by a gang of bounty hunters. Led by the notorious Klaus Kinski. Those who aren't familiar with him, he appears in over 140 films about, often playing villains. He's also notorious for his off-screen temper and his violent mood swings, battles with directors, most famously Werner Herzog. He'd appear in 5 or so of his films, most notably Aguirre, The Wrath of God, but they had a lot of on-set battles, death threats, and whatnot between them. Anyway, so the film also does star Frank Wolff, who's an American actor who had moved to Europe after appearing in a couple of Roger Corman films, and in her first screen role, Vanetta McGee, who's another American actress who would go on to have a solid career here in the 70s and 80s, appearing in various films and TV. The film the score is done by the great Ennio Morricone, who would actually eventually win an Oscar for The Hateful Eight of Tarantino, which obviously was influenced by this film. So it's available on Hoopla and Kanopy, so I think you should check it out. And check out the program Wednesday, August 19th at 1 p.m. Hope you enjoy.